Welcome back to football time. We got ourselves the undefeated Atlanta Rough Riders going up against the Baltimore Battalion. Balmer boys trying to make things work and get themselves over 500 and deliver the first loss for Sharon Blaze and his Atlanta Rough Riders. Already starting us off with a nice screen pass to Boston. Boston already starting us off early with a 19-yard gain, bringing it to the 44-yard line. And once again, if this is your first time watching us, we got ourselves some football action. Everything here is going to be basically simulated. I have no input. This is all going to be the computer going, hey, we're going to make things happen on the field. 3rd and 2, Baltimore, already in Atlanta territory. James back to pass, gets to Timberland. First down after the 2-yard catch. Dwayne Timberland and Daniel Alara are two player characters of the week for this particular matchup. Alara lined up at the top right there. Dawson dipping it out. Only getting a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 6. Baltimore. Alara lined up at the bottom of your screen. Boston trying to make it. Gets it to the marker. And just across it. First down, Baltimore. 1st and 10. From the 36, Connor once again getting his number called. 6-yard gain brings it 2nd and 4, Baltimore. Flag on the play. Encroachment gives them an automatic first down after those free 5 yards. 1st and 10 from the 25. James with the pitch out to Boston. Boston gets stuffed at the line by Richburg. 2nd and 10. 4 wide receiver set. James still hands it off to Connor. Connor gets the first down and a little bit more, brings it in. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line after a 16-yard gain. The running game is doing it. Alara gets his number called for the first time today. 4-yard gain, 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. James back to pass. Gets more time just out of the outstretched hands of Newhouse. 3rd and goal, Baltimore. James back to pass, got some time, flips it to Connor, gets it to the 1-yard line, just shy of the end zone. Baltimore deciding not to go for it. A nice little chip shot field goal for the Battalion puts them on the board first. Hammering through 7:48 left in the first quarter, taking up a good chunk of that drive right there. Going through the air and on the ground, ending with a field goal at the 1-yard line. Now it's Atlanta's turn to make something happen. 25-yard return to the 28-yard line. We don't often get a chance to see Atlanta do much when it comes down to the games that we get for our games of the week. But here we are. We get to see their offense show themselves out. Sombrero with a 20-yard reception, gets it across midfield and into Baltimore territory. A fumble on the play after a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9, Atlanta. Paradis back to pass. Paradis getting pressure. Sacked by Franklin Myers. 3rd and 15, Atlanta. Paradis back to pass. No pressure this time. Launching it down the field. Into coverage, just overshoots his man. 4th and 15. Ingram having to punt it away for the Rough Riders. Only 5 minutes left in the quarter for Baltimore. Unable to pin them in. Gets a touchback. Gets it to the 20-yard line for Baltimore. James back to pass. Really quick release on that one. Timberland with a 7-yard reception. 2nd and 3. James with the rollout. James launching it to Alara. First down after a 9-yard reception. 1st and 10. Jordy Newhouse, though, looks like he pulled up a little short on that play. We'll have to see if he comes back later. Connor gets his number called with the reception. 4 minutes left in the first quarter after a 5-yard gain. Flag on the play. That's going to be a false start. That's going to come all the way back. Make it 2nd and 10 for Baltimore. Pitch out to Connor. Connor gets stuffed behind the line by Beathard. James this time coming out of the shotgun.
4th down, out of bounds.
Hand off to Dawson, gets a 4-yard gain. Now it's 4th and 9. Baltimore deciding to kick it away. Higbee on the return, gets it to the 23-yard line. Atlanta getting the start from their own 23. Paradis back to pass, gets to King, but King looks like he might have slipped after getting that reception. Negative yardage on that one. 2nd and 11. Paradis back to pass, got time now. Gets it to Fusco. Fusco gets it across midfield, right there into Baltimore territory after a 31-yard gain. 1st and 10 from their 47. Paradis back to pass again. This time nothing but green shirts around them. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. 51 seconds left in the quarter. Paradis getting pressure, and there goes the sack. Lowry on the tackle. 3rd and 16, 13 seconds left in the quarter. Paradis back to pass. Likely final play of the quarter. Incomplete pass. 4th and 16. Nope, we got 7 seconds left. Ingram back to punt, this time hoping to pin them in deep in their own territory. Ball sailing and trailing out, and sure enough, gets it to the 5-yard line, punting it out of bounds. 1 second left, final play of the quarter. James back to pass. James. Incomplete pass to Santos. 2nd and 10. Newhouse back in the game. But this was a quick first quarter. Baltimore winning the time of possession handily, having over 10, nearly 10 and a half minutes of possession in that one quarter right there. Of course, Baltimore, we do have to take a look at the quote-unquote Balmer boys. Alar with 2 receptions for 13 yards. Timberland with 2 receptions for 9 yards. They're getting the ball out there. It's very short yardage so far, but it has been working in their favor. On the other side of the ball, on defense for Atlanta, Blaze has not yet recorded a tackle, but then again, there have not been a lot of running plays for him to defend. Let's see what happens moving forward in the second quarter. James giving it off to Connor. Connor.
3rd down.
This time Galladay getting the tackle. Only a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8. James under center. Launching it. Gets it to Toy Lolo.
1st down.
16-yard reception. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. James with the handoff to Boston. Boston managing to break it past the line of scrimmage. Gets a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. Baltimore. James once again under center. Searching for somebody in the middle. Ball falls way away from any potential receivers. We have the screenplay to Dawson. Dawson gets it across the marker. Dawson gets it across the 40 to the 43-yard line. A 16-yard reception off of the screen. Pitch out to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick makes a man miss. Fitzpatrick
1st down.
gets it past the 35 to the 33-yard line after a 24-yard gain on the ground. James to Connor.
2nd down.
Connor gets a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 for Baltimore. Alar once again lined up at the bottom, but for right now, they're using the ground game as much as they possibly can. 2-yard gain for Boston. 3rd and 5. Alar lined up alone on the bottom, but still handing it off to Connor. Connor getting stuffed at the line, barely getting a 1-yard gain. Now it's time to kick another field goal. This one a 44-yarder. And it is...
It's good.
Good! Great kick by Curse. A 44-yard field goal puts him up by a touchdown, but only just. This is still anyone's game with 10 minutes left in the half.
Touchback.
Boyle opting not to bring it out of the end zone. Paradis getting pressure. Paradis throwing it. Gets it to Croft. Makes a man miss. Ends up finally getting tripped up and stumbling forward. 21-yard gain to the 46-yard line. Paradis handing off to King. Following up, gets it across midfield. 5-yard gain for the Rough Riders. Paradis to the pitch out to King. King
Third down. Injury.
brings it to the 46-yard line after a 3-yard gain. But Stephon King going down a little bit. He says he will be back. Trying to stretch out that hammy right now. Fowler, though, taking his place.
First down. Out of bounds.
Gets a 9-yard gain. Pushed out of bounds after the first down. And now Atlanta threatening inside. Burkhead
Second down.
getting a 2-yard gain, but there is a flag on the play. Currently offsides, decided to accept it and run that right back. 1st and 5 for Atlanta. Paradis back to pass, little rollout. Gets it to Fusco. Fusco brings it all the way to the 21-yard line after an 11-yard gain. 1st down, Atlanta. Paradis back to pass. Paradis to Fusco. Another 1st down right there. And that brings it in. 1st and goal. Atlanta trying to finish off this drive. Paradis getting pressure. Paradis
Second down.
getting chased out of bounds for a 6-yard loss. 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line after that sack. Paradis back to pass. Paradis finding Sombrello.
Third down.
Gets 9 of those yards back. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 7. Can Atlanta finish it off?
Incomplete.
No, they can't. Ball falls incomplete right at the feet of Fusco. Atlanta having to settle for a field goal to see if this is good.
It's good.
It is good. Atlanta is on the board, down by 3. But they finally break the seal.
Touchback.
5:15 left in the half, up by 3. Baltimore has the ball. Quick release to Alara. Alara gets the 1st down and then some, brings it all the way to the 44-yard line after a 19-yard gain. James once again calling Alara's number once again. No, this time to Toilolo. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Alara lined up at the lone side, top side. Boston trying to get something working, but getting just to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. James back to pass. James with the flick to Timberland, but Timberland only managing to get it to the 49-yard line. It's 4th and 5. Jeffrey having to settle for a punt, but playing the field position game can work out in their favor if they manage to pin them in. And it looks like they overshot their target.
Touchback.
That is the touchback ball coming out to the 20-yard line. Stephon King, though, for Atlanta, back in the game. Number 35 right there, ready to get his number called, and does.
Second down.
Gets a nice 5-yard gain after being out for a few reps. Paradis handoff to Fowler. Fowler only getting 2 yards. 3rd and 3, Atlanta. Baltimore trying to hold them back.
2-minute warning.
And there we go. We have a 2-minute warning. Baltimore handily covering all parts of play so far. 183 yards of total offense, 111 yards in the air, 72 on the ground, with a 75% completion rating. But the thing that they need to work a little bit more on is converting more on those 3rd downs. Atlanta, on the other hand, definitely needs to handle that conversation when it comes down to the half. Only 1 and 4 on 3rd down conversions. 7-11, not bad when it comes down to the completion percentage. But right now, it is all Baltimore's game, even though the score does not reflect that at this moment. Baltimore are 2 Balmer boys, Alara and Timberland. 32 yards for Alara on 3 receptions, 14 yards for Timberland, going for those short yardages for the big man coming off the end. On the defensive side of things for Atlanta, Blaze still hasn't had his number called. Unable to make a difference so far on the defensive side of things. But let's see if that changes at the end of the half. But for right now, we have the 2-minute warning. Let's go in for the final 2 minutes of the first half. Paradis back to pass, gets the screen. King gets obliterated in the backfield. Just manages to get it 1 yard. 4th and 2. Ingram having to punt it away. And it turns out Baltimore's opting to punt it has worked out a little bit in their favor. Rudolph managing to bring it to the 37-yard line. Baltimore starting with some pretty decent field position. James back to pass. James gets to Toy Lolo. Toy Lolo pushed out of bounds, stopping the clock after an 11-yard gain. First down, Baltimore. James back to pass. James has more time now.
Incomplete.
But getting it incomplete to Connor. Beatard on the fence right there. 2nd and 10. Bunch formation. James back to pass. James having all the time in the world. Gets it to Connor. Connor
First down.
pushed out of bounds at the 35. They're within field goal range. James back to pass. James trying to get it to Timberland. Timberland unable to come up with that reception. 2nd and 10 with 53 seconds left in the half. 4 wide receiver set. James back to pass. James once again out of the outstretched hands of Newhouse. 3rd and 10. Baltimore with 48 seconds left. James, here comes the blitz. James trying to keep it going.
4th down. Out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds after a 2-yard loss. It is within Curse's leg strength, but a 54-yard field goal is no small feat, and sure enough, it comes up short. Not what Baltimore needed. 34 seconds left. Atlanta has all their timeouts. Deciding to run it to King. King gets it to midfield. 2nd and 4 after a 6-yard gain. Timeout Atlanta with 30 seconds left in the game. In the half, sorry. Fusco with the reception, pushed out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. 24 seconds left. Clock comes to a stop. Paradis back to pass. Paradis, no pressure. Paradis gets it to Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger gets to the 20. Pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 with 18 seconds left. Paradis with the pitch out to King. King makes people miss. King after the first down. Pushed out of bounds after a 15-yard gain. 1st and goal with 13 seconds left. Paradis from the shotgun. Paradis with pressure. Paradis manages to scramble his way in. Touchdown, Atlanta. 4-yard scramble to finish it off after the missed field goal. That right there is what we call a 10-point swing.
Good.
Moncrief with the good field goal makes it 10-6 Atlanta with 8 seconds left in the half. Short to Lawrence. Lawrence having to bring it out. Gets it to the 30. Kicker stops him at the 34-yard line. 3 timeouts left, but only 1 second left in the half. James going to have to go Hail Mary. James already with pressure. James just having to launch it. Incomplete pass. Ball tips off of a few fingers, and it is done for the half. 10-6 Baltimore. That final burst, though, doing wonders for Atlanta to give them the lead. Baltimore unable to capitalize when it counts so far. Currently, once again, Alara with 32 yards on 3 receptions. As we said, 14 yards on 3 receptions for Dwayne Timberland. And once again, on the defensive side of things, Sharon Blaze not getting his number called just yet. Not able to make a difference on the defense, but so far they can do without his contribution at the moment. Hopefully they're going to try to get some new stunts and schemes to allow him to get free and get into the backfield to put some pressure on their quarterback. But until then, let's go ahead and jump ahead into the second half. Baltimore kicking off first, giving Atlanta a chance to capitalize off that momentum. Here comes Gabbert, taking it from around the 4-yard line, brings it all the way to the 27 after a 21-yard gain.
First down, out of bounds.
Paradis to Fowler gets the first down, and so far the momentum has been continuing.
2nd down. Third down.
3rd and 7. Atlanta. Croft coming off the reverse.
4th down.
Only a 3-yard gain, making it 4th down. Baltimore managing to stop Atlanta. Hopefully they can turn something around and get them moving on the offensive side of the ball. Nice kick. Gets it to Rudolph. Rudolph only brings it up to the 19-yard line. Still pinning within the 20-yard line. James back to pass. Pump fake to Barwin. Barwin gets the reception 6 yards to Barwin. Now we're working. Alara down at the bottom. Here comes the screen. Connor.
First down.
Connor gets it just past the marker. First down for Baltimore. Brings it to the 29-yard line. James hand off to Boston. Boston
Second down.
brings it out to the 33. 2nd and 6, Baltimore. James back to pass. James got time. Incomplete pass, though. The coverage is doing wonders right now on the likes of Timberland. He may have the size, but if you put a lot of bodies around him, you can end up stopping that catch. But here comes Alara with an amazing catch. 12 yards on that reception. 1st and 10, Baltimore. Pitch out to Connor. Connor.
Second down.
2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain. James once again calling Dawson's name this time. Gets the first down and more to the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5, all the way down to the 2-yard line. Dawson with a 49-yard gain. James pitched it out to Connor. Connor gets it to the 1 yard. You got to believe this is 4-down territory. James back out. Timberland finishing it off with a 1-yard reception for the touchdown. Baltimore puts themselves up by 2 after that touchdown. 81 yards on the drive. Capping it off with the point after, putting them up by a field goal. Bomber boys making it work. Atlanta gets the ball once again. Boyle, though,
Penalty.
getting a nice return, but there's a flag on the play. It might come back. Nope. Personal foul on Baltimore. Brings it all the way to the 48-yard line, capping that off. King once again getting his number called, crossing midfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line, 6-yard gain. Paradis once again calling the running backs. Burkhead gets the first down on a 7-yard gain. 1st and 10, Atlanta. This is going to be a back-and-forth struggle between these two teams. King, number called once again.
Second down.
6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Rough Riders. Flag on the play. Paradis back to pass. Gets it to King.
Third down.
This is likely coming back after a 3-yard gain. Sure enough, illegal procedure. Ball coming right back. 2nd and 9. Paradis, here comes the blitz to Paradis. Paradis gets blown up in the backfield by Franklin Myers. 3rd and 15, Atlanta Rough Riders shooting themselves in the foot.
Incomplete.
And after that incomplete pass, it's now 4th and 15, Atlanta. Ingram having to punt it away, but they might be able to pin Baltimore in if he manages to directionally punt this. And sure enough, they do, getting it all the way to the 11-yard line. Bad field position for Baltimore. Pitch out to Dawson. Dawson gets pushed out of bounds after an 8-yard run. 2nd and 2. Boston called this time. Gets the first down, capping off the 2-play drive right there. James back to pass. James to Alara. Alara with a simple 7-yard gain on this one. 2nd and 3, Baltimore. Coming out of the power I, Dawson already having people in the backfield, losing a yard. 3rd and 4. Alara lined up at the top. This time with a late handoff to Connor. Connor, though, blown up in the backfield. Blaze calling his name there. 1-yard loss. Jeffrey having to punt it away. Might end up with some semi-favorable field position. Returned at the 22. Brings it all the way out to the 32. Paradis back to pass. Paradis gets it to Croft. Fumble on the play. Stripped, and Baltimore gets the ball at the 49-yard line. James with a handoff to Connor.
Second down.
Hoping to capitalize on the turnover. James back to pass again. Incomplete pass on the screenplay. They need to get the first down to capitalize. Timberland lining up, so too is Alara. Incomplete pass on that one. Attempt to get to Timberland, only overshooting his man. 4th and 8. Jeffrey getting a chance to punt it away again. Likely to try to pin them in. It's a game of punting and field position at this moment. Gets it to the 7-yard line. 1st and 10 for Atlanta with a minute left in the quarter. Quick pass to Fusco, 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8, 27 seconds left. Paradis with the flea flicker. Paradis avoids one tackle. Paradis launching it down the field, single coverage. Gets it to Sombrero. Sombrero to the 40-yard line. A 51-yard play on the trickeration. And that is how the quarter comes to an end. Atlanta with some trickery. Blaze only with 1 tackle on the day so far, but it was a big one, getting a sack, a tackle for a loss. As for our 2 receivers, Alar with 5 receptions for 51 yards, Timberland with 4 receptions for 15, and a touchdown. This is going to come down to the wire. Atlanta down by 3 at the start of the final quarter. Paradis with the handoff to Burkhead. 3-yard gain for Burkhead. Paradis trying to keep the pressure going. King getting stuffed at the line. Paradis out of the shotgun. Croft with the catch, but gets pushed back. Forward momentum stops. 4th and 5. Moncrief has a 52-yard field goal ahead of him.
It's good.
And that ties it up at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Prescott taking it from about the 1-yard line, breaks it across the 20, the 25, the 30, to the 40. Stop short of the 40, right there to the 38.
First down.
Excuse me if I fall a little bit silent. I got the hiccups right now. Alara with the reception after a 9-yard catch. 2nd and 1, Baltimore. James calling Connor's number, gets the first down, brings it all the way out to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Battalion. Oh, but that false start definitely does not help. James with a pitch out to Boston. Boston
2nd down.
gets most of those yards back. 2nd and 11 from 39. James back to pass. Got some time on his hands. Gets it to Newhouse.
3rd down.
9-yard gain. 3rd and 2, but there is an injury on the play. Beat hard for Atlanta. Looks like he might have tweaked something right there. Pitch out to Connor. Connor getting stuffed at the line. 4th and 2. Curse already with 1 missed field goal. Going for some trickeration. Incomplete pass. Not what they needed.
2nd down. Out of bounds.
King pushed out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. 8:40 left in the game. Quick pass to Sombrero. Gets a 6-yard gain. 3rd and 1 Atlanta. Gets out to King. King! Stuffed at the line. Not able to do anything after stopping that trick play. Ingram having to punt it away after a 3 and out.
Second down. Third down. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Fourth down.
Another 3 and out. These damn hiccups are going to be the death of me right here. 6 minutes left in the game. Tied 13 all. Atlanta gets the ball at their own 34-yard line. If they can control the clock, they might get a chance to get the final play. But right now, Paradis on that screen pass to Burkhead gets nothing out of it. Paradis back to pass again. And another incomplete pass. Clock comes to a stop. 5:11 left in the game. Paradis coming out of the shotgun, launching it. Another incomplete pass. Quick 3 and out right there for Atlanta. Baltimore now has the ball in their court. Short directional punt. Rudolph getting it, not able to do anything with it. 37-yard line. Screen pass to Dawson. Dawson.
Second down.
Tackled by a day. 5-yard gain. Second and 5. Baltimore. Pitch out to Boston. Makes one man miss. Gets absolutely blasted by Hole. 3rd and 2. Delayed handoff to Boston. Boston once again. Hole on the tackle. Gets a loss. Another 3 and out. 3 minutes left in the game. Now we do run college rules when it comes down to overtime. This might be our first live overtime game. Paradis off of the shotgun. Delayed handoff to King. King.
First down. Out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds after a 10-yard gain. 2:54 left in the game. Pitch out to Fowler. Fowler makes the first man miss, but doesn't make the second. 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Clock still ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Shotgun. Pass out to Fusco, and likely the last play of the game before the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
13 all with 2 minutes left in the game. Atlanta has the length of the field to travel to bring themselves within field goal range. Baltimore has to either stop them or get a turnover to likely see the ball again. Let's go ahead to the final 2 minutes of this game. Paradis out of the shotgun, 3rd and 3. Paradis throws it down the field, gets it to Croft. Croft across midfield. Croft gets it to the 35-yard line. Atlanta calling no huddle. Paradis back to pass. Paradis. Sombrero pushed out of bounds after a 12-yard reception. Clock stops at 1:34. Atlanta. It's their game to win right now.
2nd down.
2-yard gain. Paradis handoff to King. King.
3rd down.
Clock still running. 3rd and 2.
Down, out of bounds.
1-yard gain. Clock stops. So you have 1:19 left in the game. Moncrief gets a chance to take the lead. Field goal is good. 9 plays, 80 yards, 1:13 left in the game, but only down by a field goal. Baltimore still has a shot. Especially with this kick sailing into the end zone. Starting from the 25, 1:13, 1 minute drill in effect. Gets it to Newhouse. Newhouse brings it all the way to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Baltimore. No timeouts here. 56 seconds left. James back to pass. Incomplete pass. Clock stops. 51 seconds left in the game. James back to pass. Another incomplete pass to Boston this time. 3rd and 10, Baltimore. 45 seconds left. Alara lined up top. James back to pass. James Gets the Newhouse,
Fourth down.
but it's short. 6-yard gain. 4th and 4. Hurrying up on the line. 23 seconds left. James back to pass. James, here comes the pressure. James. Incomplete, and that is how the game is coming to an end. Failing on 4th down.
Second down.
Paradis kneeling down. Victory formation. Baltimore, though, calling timeouts. Hoping that maybe, just maybe, there might be some way, some miracle that might happen. Another timeout called. Final timeout. And that is it. Atlanta just edging out Baltimore on the day, bringing them under 500 and keeping their undefeated streak going. Atlanta 5-0 on the season. Baltimore had a chance, but James unable to come through when it mattered in the air. Won the time of possession game, won the turnover battle, won the ground game, but somehow they were not able to make it count. 6 receptions for 60 yards for Daniel Alara, 4 and 15 with a touchdown for Dwayne Timberland. And when it comes down to Sharon Blaze, I think we only got the 1 tackle. That's the only tackle that seemed to matter, stopping their drive back at the end of the 3rd quarter. 13-16, Atlanta coming in with the win. I want to thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to talk to our YouTube people real quick. If you guys are watching this right now, thank you guys for watching throughout this whole thing. And since you did, we're going to have some special stuff just for you. Really, it's just me telling you to subscribe to us. Subscribe to HEELKAIJU Gaming at youtube.com/HEELKAIJU Gaming. If you want our movies and our wrestling and our other video essay stuff, subscribe to youtube.com/HEELKAIJU. If you want to catch these games live when they count, when they matter, head on over to twitch.tv/HEELKAIJU. If you want to become a patron, get your name added to the list of to the end of videos just like these that will probably be scrolling by as I'm speaking right now. Go ahead and head on over to patreon.com/HEELKAIJU. Become a patron, get your name added, get some updates on the site, the store, and the channel. And speaking of the store, we got some merchandise coming your way in the coming month. Head on over to HEELKAIJU.com/shop. Keep an eye out on those new designs. We got a campaign or 2 coming out that's going to be new designs, new stuff happening just for you guys. For our Twitch people, we got 2 more games left on the docket. We're going to run through these as quickly as we possibly can because we don't want to keep you guys hanging way too late because it's a Monday night. Not a lot of people want to stay up too late for Monday night. So we'll catch y'all in just a bit. Catch y'all later. Deuces.